Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Not really a planned stream tonight. I had some work to do on a Raspberry Pi project, and I figured, what the heck, I'll fire up the stream and probably won't leave this live on the channel after the stream because it's extremely not formatted in any way, but we're just messing around. Glitch is here. Hey Glitch, Kior 22 is here. Hey guys, good to have you. Basically, what I've got is I've just got a Raspberry Pi 2 Model B plugged in here with Wi-Fi, and I've remoted into it via SSH and VNC, and I'm just actually getting it set up for the portable classroom project coming up, and I thought I don't know why I thought I'd stream, to be honest, but just for giggles. And in the meantime, while I catch up with you guys in the chat, I'll just do the update on this Pi. And it's just sudo apt-get update, and that will update your Pi. Roydred is here. Hey, man. And yeah, it's funny. There's definitely amazing how many updates there are and how fast for the Pi. Should basically update the things anytime you're working with them. And we're good. Awesome. That's done. Yeah, Zach is here. Hey, Zach. Minimizes light works. Very cool. I'm glad you could be here. I don't have too much tonight, guys. Actually, and I've got to run before 8 o'clock. Actually, there's another live stream I want to catch, but I will give you guys a tidbit here. So I'm VNC'd into the Pi, and yeah, I probably should have made the Pi window bigger. We can do that here. I need to change my screen resolution, but something that I really struggled with last night was getting VNC to start automatically when I booted the Pi. And I don't know why I found this so difficult, guys, but it's just a silly thing. I could get it to work, no problem, but I always had to SSH into the Pi first. And once I was logged in SSH, it would fire up. And what I found, you need to, what is it, sudo raspi config? Is that right? Is it dash config? I never remember. Yep, there we go. You want to change and enable boot to desktop mode, and then that will bypass the SSH problem. It's just enable boot to desktop / scratch, and we want desktop. And that solved that problem, but I still ran into problems getting it to start. And what I found this on the Adafruit site. So under Pi config, you have to make a folder called autostart, and these are hidden folders by default. And then I added this file, tight VNC, and it's really, really simple. There's not much in it. You just do a desktop entry, type application, name tight VNC, and this is how I start. This deviates from the Adafruit instructions because I like starting my geometry bigger. I usually actually have this full screen for my main monitor, which is quite larger than this even, but for this cast I changed it down. So you just do execute VNC server port 1, change the geometry to whatever your screen you want, and color depth of 24, and startup notify equals false. And then your Raspberry Pi from then on will automatically start the VNC server, which is very, very nice because you don't need to mess around SSHing into it first and then starting the VNC server. And then you have your full Raspberry Pi desktop to work on. Pretty cool stuff. Hey, Zach. I was really, really happy about that, but I couldn't believe how much I struggled with it. But these are the things we've got to deal with, right? I'll show you guys just what I'm up to here. We make this view, folder view, detailed. I like detailed lists. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like icons. It drives me nuts. And should we make this bigger? Probably. Brooklyn UAV is here. Hey. So these are some of the files I'm putting on the Pi for this upcoming big project, and I'm pretty happy with how it's going, because what I've done is I've just put some sample files. So the long and the short of this is I'm setting up this Pi in a portable classroom system that can be used anywhere in the world. So you want some reference materials on there, and what better to start with other than like Arduino stuff? Hey, why not? And the Raspberry Pi 2 is just working awesome to deal with. It doesn't do well with really heavily picture loaded PDFs. It tends to struggle with those, but standard PDFs, it's just screaming fast. It works great. So I stuck some Arduino tutorials and like getting started with Arduino. This is a massive one. It's a big file from Make Projects. I don't even know where I got half of these guys, I'll be honest, but Glitch said apparently the entire nation of Syria is without power. Gee, the Syrians, they've got it. It's a rough place. I'm really glad Canada opened up our borders to a lot of Syrian refugees. We hit our target. We actually, our new prime minister actually hit his target and brought in 25,000. Pretty crazy. So I put in a whole bunch of stuff for communication. This one is super handy. For this is my master frequencies list that I made last year, and we'll see how the Pi does. This is Office Libre, yeah, LibreOffice that runs on the Pi. It's just a quick sudo apt-get away if it isn't already on your default image. And this is a very large Excel file, so it's going to struggle with it. I have a lot of lines in this thing. Basically, I have every bloody frequency I could ever need logged into this thing, from amateur satellite frequencies, the entire FCC band plan for all frequencies. This goes really good with the software-defined radios. Ham bands, you can see LibreOffice does an amazing job with pictures. These are just screenshots I've dumped into it over the years. And CB bands, which is also pictures, it's actually going to struggle with those ones, probably. Marine, VHF, you name it, everything is in here. Here's the HF, which is really, really handy. I killed. Oh, tabs to the right. Duh, that's my note. Here's all the HF frequencies by time, all the HF frequencies by country, by frequency list in order, in numerical order. Really, really handy if you take a software-defined radio, and what you do is do the direct conversion mod on it, so you can receive HF, and that works anywhere in the world, and you can receive 4 countries over with it. So pretty handy to have that info. And of course, this Pi will have a software-defined radio plugged into it. It's gonna be pretty good. And Glitch, no, it's not the Pi 3. It's a Pi 2 Model B. I did put myself on the watch list for Adafruit's stock on the Pi 3. I wasn't going to. I was going to wait till the dust settles. But to be honest, there was some people doing temperature monitoring and basically complaining that the Pi 3 ran too hot. And I saw how they did it a little bit with probably one of those cheap backpack FLIRs for a phone, and I thought, geez, I better get myself one of these, and I'll measure it properly with my FLIR i7, which is extremely accurate. So I'll get a Pi 3 and we'll mess with it. A bunch of stuff on food prep and stuff, hygiene, that's not really that good. Language, I'm going to put a bunch of files in here. I can't play these because it won't play through VNC, but I have like language learning. If you wanted to teach another language somewhere, you can do the audio books. In this case, I have some French lessons, but that's pretty cool. It's fun stuff. Bunch of stuff on health, really cool stuff, really good info to have. If you guys haven't seen it, you got to check out. You can find these ebooks online for where there is no doctor and where there is no dentist. And a lot of prepper folk redistribute these documents. I'm not sure on the copyright on these, so I won't distribute them myself, but they're extremely lengthy, 500 pages, this one, on different medical treatments and stuff, which is extremely valuable information. to have out there when you need it in the middle of nowhere. And Glitch lost that frequency list. Yeah, you can find the frequency list in the forum, in the Make Me forum. It's under the amateur radio section or whatever. I actually updated it. Did I update it for 2016? I updated it not that long ago. Tom Hamrad88 pinged me, and for some reason I had to update something on it. I don't remember what it was. I might not have done the 2016, but yeah, no, I was just I skipped ahead of the cast and transferred all these files. I just used FTP to FTP into the Pi and dump all these files on here. So learning Python, which is something I need to learn badly. This 283 page document. What I did is you just Google Python tutorial.pdf or file type PDF, and I just downloaded all kinds of them, and then I grabbed the really good ones. Like this one's using functions, and this chapter's on using functions in Python. Really in-depth stuff that if you don't have internet available, which I won't in some cases for this project, I'll have outernet, but when I don't have internet available, it's pretty handy because you can do self-paced learning. Plus, I'm going to take this thing wherever I go and just play with it. So, and I was messing around in Scratch earlier. This is something I need to... where's programming up here? This is something I need to play around with a little bit more. Have you guys played with Scratch? The visual programming? This is really neat. And here's the cool thing. It took me a while to figure out. I don't know why, because I'm slow, but if you go to File, Open, and no, we don't want to save that. You go into, there's an examples built right in, and there is all kinds of basics on how to code in Scratch. And I have to say, they did a hell of a good job on this stuff. Let's crank that up so you guys can see it. So in this case, you can see under the scripts, when the flag is clicked, the go button, go to those coordinates, and these are just building blocks. Like I've seen this concept before. I think it was for Android programming, but when left arrow pressed, point in direction, and you do it all with drop downs, and it's super intuitive. And if we hit go, we should actually be able to make Pac-Man move around the screen. And this is, like, compared to manually coding this stuff in, like, C, this is the entire program right here. I'm just blown away by this. I have to say, I severely underestimated the power of this programming environment. And I'm not really aiming this, like, I'm finding this interesting, guys, but it's not. This project is aimed at a portable classroom for kids. So a visual programming environment like this with lots of examples that we can learn from and recreate, I think it'll work. We'll see. Hey, David. Good to see you, David. And Bert Barlow, Raspberry Pi for the win. Hey, Bert. Good to see you. Awesome. So it's really intuitive. You go to the costumes tab in Scratch, and this is where you put your images that you're going to use within your program. And there's nothing to it beyond that. You set the dimensions of it. It does have some sounds for this, but you can't hear them. And that's it. There is what they call the sprites, and then the maze portion of it, and it's really easy too. It adds the costumes, the overlays. The script is if it clicks the red box, then you go to the next one. Really neat. I was just blown away by this. I severely underestimated this. I will fully admit that I thought Scratch was kind of a joke, but I could see maybe not doing final projects in this, but for learning the environment or getting someone started in it, I think it'll be great. It's perfect for what I'm designing here with the portable classroom, I think. And then this one is fish chomp, so they do switch to open mouth forever. If distance to mouse pointer is greater than 10, move towards it. Move 3 steps. When I receive a got me, which is get the fish, play the sound, closed mouth, show a chomp chomp. So if you play with this, you just click around the screen. Actually, you don't even need to click. It just follows the mouse pointer. But over V and C, if you click, it seems to smarten up. So if we chase this fish, we got him. This is extremely small amount of code to do this. I'm actually quite surprised. I don't know how much code it would take to write this in a standard programming language, but I'm pretty sure a heck of a lot more than this. I could be wrong, but pretty crazy. So I could just sit here and play Fish Chomp all night. I could actually sit here and play this for quite a while. It's marginally addictive because it only works when you get it near his mouth and then he chomps. I don't know. It's crazy stuff. But I think that'll work for what I have intended. Just with all of these, I don't think I know I didn't add any more examples over the network, so I haven't even begun to go through them all, because there's the games, the animations, sensors and motors. So this is for I/O. Sensor board, sunrise. I have no idea what that's gonna do. I haven't looked through hardly any of these yet. Plug in a sensor board and press the green flag. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work unless we've got anything on the GPIO. Yeah, it's for a specific sensor. I'm sure there's probably an instruction sheet with it. Or we could actually probably... Yeah, we'll skip that. All kinds of stuff that I think we could probably do easily in it. I think it'll work pretty good. So I'm going to play around with that and make sure that it aligns with my kind of material that I've put on board the Pi, so I have everything I need when we head out into the field. I've also grabbed a little bit of web coding, learning HTML, CSS, which I think that will be good. That's an 18.8 megabyte file. There's everything you ever want to know in that PDF. So pretty handy if you're in the middle of nowhere. And Bert said I started on basics, so this new stuff is great. So did I. I started on a VIC-20 doing basic code, and it just blows me away when I see how simple it can be. I like C++ with my Arduino stuff, but this visual programming is so much simpler to get somebody started and understand the mechanics of a program. I think it'll be good. But that's kind of the extent of where I'm at with this. The Arduino stuff, I haven't copied all my sketches onto it yet. Did I even start? Yeah, they are just the Arduino learning. And from here, what I'll do is I'll move a lot of my, basically all my Arduino programs. I have a pile. Not that button. I keep everything I've ever programmed with Arduino. I keep in a Dropbox folder. And in this case, I'm moving all the stuff for this educational product, but I'll move a lot of these the data loggers I've made and stuff like that over, so that we can do electronics programming right out of this little portable classroom as well. And it'll be hopefully pretty handy. I'm gonna test, I haven't tested the Arduino IDE with this specific setup yet. I did install the IDE right from, I think I did it manually through just sudo apt-get install Arduino, but I can't remember. But I haven't tried programming with it, so I have to double check that that's going to work all right. I did try my basic SDR, and that worked all right, so no problem. This is Arduino 101, the IDE environment, so I don't know how new that is for the actual Pi or what problems it actually has, but we'll give it a try. Yeah, print old dude 20 go to 10. Yeah. David dove back into BASIC to make his Commodore 64 tweet, and it was a lot of fun. Awesome. That's old school. I love it. And William said, if the Pi has taught us one thing, it's kids come in all ages. I'm totally a kid. So I've had the Arduinos, or I've had the Pis for a long time. I have an old original A something. I can't even remember which one it is. It's the old one with the VGA plug. I never used it for anything because I totally underestimated what it's capable of. So I'm pretty happy with where we're at. I've installed on this, I also installed processing, so we can do some really cool stuff with processing. I have a few sketches I use for mapping brain waves to hook to my brain interface and stuff, but it should allow us another next level up. And I was going to try and do a demo on this tonight, but I found processing is the same as Minecraft, whereby you can't use this over a remote desktop connection, over a VNC viewer. It won't work because it displays directly to the display and doesn't work here, which is kind of a shame. And yeah, it should work pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. So I got that installed today. That was just a quick sudo apt-get processing. I had to Google where to get it because there was it's not called processing. It has a different file name, and you have to grab it with a specific command line to do the build. But it was easy. It was no problem. Yeah, sorry guys. I already moved over, I think, all the files that I need for tonight, and again, I just thought I'd quickly go live and just mess around and talk to you guys. So I don't think we'll do too much more tonight. David said, is it the Pi 2 or Pi 3? Yeah, it's a Pi 2. Yeah, I don't have a Pi 3 yet. Glitch is going to set one up as an ad blocker using Pi-hole. Yeah, I was amazed by that. That looked like one heck of a neat use for a Pi, but I've got to check that out and mess around. I think that would be a great use for a Pi. Hopefully I can get at least one Pi 3, and then I'll have some Pi 2 Model Bs kicking around because I'll retire my home theater system and well, just switch it over to the Pi, the 3, and then it'll be even faster, hopefully. 2, or it would be 1. yeah, it's the 2. Audacity works pretty well as long as you don't add any effects. Really? Do you know? Does it work just as would we be this lucky? Come on, work. Kind of looks like it. It's gonna go. I would love to have Audacity on here too. I think that would be brilliant. I have it on my Ubuntu machine behind me, and I never even thought of that. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate that, Bert. Oh yeah, it totally worked. Yes. I love Linux-based everything. It's just that simple. Don't know where to get something? Well, I'll just try a sudo apt-get install and just see if it works, just for giggles. And like 9 times out of 10, it works. Unbelievable. Right, said the sound cut out. Sorry. It's still streaming on my end. No drop frames. And see it, Kyor. it's totally in the repos. We are in business. Oh, I love that. That was a great suggestion. Thank you, Bert. I wouldn't have thought of that, because that will be really, really handy, because there'll be I wish I had a video up for you guys. So I've got 2 Pis, multiple Android based phones, my projector, and some other nifty equipment, and I would like to be able to do as much as I can with all of it. And the ability to edit an audio file is always handy. If nothing else, it's even handy for doing sonograms of certain things, and like doing FFT plots. That takes an audio recording to a whole nother useful level. It's just crazy. So is that going to be just as simple as it? Yep, we're good. Audacity installed. Love this. Simply love. I saw a notification come up that David had awesome news. What's the awesome news, David? Oh, excellent. What happens if we open, say, one of those big MP3s? Is it just gonna like crap the bed? These are, oh, that one's not too bad. It's only 2.3 megabytes. It should be able to handle that, right? It's not doing too bad considering it's a Pi. I'm impressed already. Cool stuff. I wouldn't have thought of that. Thank you. That was worth having the live stream right there, because I would have totally missed the boat on this, even though I have my Ubuntu machine all set up for the things like these. That's cool. Oh, sorry, David. I just saw the note of, I will check it out as soon as I'm off the cast. Oh yeah, that's pretty quick. Considering that's a 3 meg MP3. Get noise profile. How long does it take? This is what I do on my YouTube videos. You saw this in how I remove noise and stuff. And this is even a relatively intensive process on like a low-end computer processor. It's doing fine. That's not bad at all considering how little this thing is. I love it. That is totally cool. Secrets are no fun. I'm gonna find, now I want to find out what it is. I got 2 minutes and I wanted to be off of here, guys. Spartacus says you're doing great work. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm not doing great work tonight. Tonight we're just messing around. Just messing around with the Pi. And I'm learning from you guys. How does this do? That's doing fine. Resizing and messing with the visual display while it's applying a noise removal. That's Pi 2. You impress me at every turn. Alright guys, well if you guys got any other ideas for applications I should have added, I'm sure there'll be plenty. I did put Chromium on here, and whatever else you guys have got ideas, throw them out there and I'll try and add them on here, and we will pick this project up from the build side of it, putting this thing in a suitcase with power control and stuff like that in, I'd like to say a video real soon, but I have to get at least 2 product review videos out that I've been sitting on for a long time, so probably in the next few weeks. So and David said wonders how it performs. If I get one sent to me again, I will post it to you. Yeah, I'm on the waiting list, David, on the Adafruit site. I signed up on the watch list. I wasn't going to bother trying to get one, but now I'm going to try. So if you get one, you do a review on it, buddy. You'll do probably a better job than me. But thanks, Spartacus. Appreciate that. All right, guys. It's half an hour and I'm not doing anything productive, so we are going to call our quits here. And I wish you guys a good night and an awesome week. I truly love you guys. I mean that. You guys are awesome. I love my time with you guys. I love chatting with you. It's always positive. It's almost never do we have a problem. You guys are fantastic. So hopefully you build something cool this week. Play with the Raspberry Pi in honor of the Pi 3 release, and talk to you guys soon. New video goes live on the channel tomorrow, and it will be about Raspberry Pi. Nothing groundbreaking, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. Cheers.